I think it's funny. I'm flipping through channels last night. And my options are like, there's the Daytona 500, college basketball in February. I don't care. The Olympics and poker. I'm like, awful, awful, awful. The NBA All-Star Game was the second best thing available to watch last night. And it was a close game. There was real defensive effort yesterday in the NBA All-Star Game. I'm sure everybody said that. Everybody's talked about that. But man, I love TNT. I love their broadcasts. And it's funny, Kenny pointed out that the difference was there were contested shots. It wasn't that there was a bunch of effort. It was shots were being contested in the NBA All-Star Game. But it was really fun. It was enjoyable to watch. It ended with a big defensive play, which is really weird. I mean, there were tons of fouls. There was effort put out. People seemed like they wanted to win. It was like a real pickup game at a rec center where it like actually somewhat mattered. Now, ultimately, I did check out at halftime. I went and saw Black Panther, but it was good. I really liked it. I enjoyed what I watched of the NBA All-Star Game. Was awesome. I really enjoyed it. But now here's what I think. I still believe there was a huge missed opportunity last night in the NBA All-Star Game. What I really would have loved to see, this is what would have made the NBA All-Star Game a complete game changer. I really wanted to see the NBA All-Star Game draft televised. I would have loved to see LeBron and Steph Curry making their decisions for their teams. I want to see them pick their teams live on television. And it's funny, the reason why the NBA doesn't do this, the NBA doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Okay, so I'm watching this yesterday, and they literally put the 10 guys, the 5 teams from Team Steph, the 5 people from Team LeBron. They literally put the 10 starters in the All-Star Game on a pedestal. They put them up above everybody else on a pedestal. How do you think that made Damian Lillard feel? Damian Lillard is not a starter in the All-Star Game. I think he was fine because that's reality. Damian Lillard is not one of the 10 best players in the NBA. They don't want to hurt their feelings. We're not going to televise it because we don't want to hurt their feelings. Let's deal in reality. Whatever Damian Lillard felt, knowing he wasn't a starter in the NBA All-Star Game, it's the same exact thing he would have felt if he was picked like 17th overall. Because he is like maybe the 17th best player in the NBA. Look, this is what I love. This is what I would want to see with the NBA All-Star Game. I really, really badly want to see right before the game, instead of that long intro, Kevin Hart did a great job, but instead of the long intro, like introducing all the players, all this boring stuff, can we just get right to business, have captain 1, captain 2, shoot for ball or something, team LeBron's like first captain, Steph Curry's second captain. Can we do like a backyard, schoolyard, we pick for teams, and we just pick our teams right then and there? That I would love to see. And you just make 2 jerseys. Just have a black jersey and a white jersey for each player. And if you get picked by LeBron, you get a black jersey. If you get picked by Steph Curry, you get the white jersey. It's not that complicated. That is what I would love to see. And if you're picked last, if like Bradley Beal is the last person picked in the NBA All-Star Game, deal with it. Like, why are we holding everybody's hands? Oh no, I don't want to hurt this guy's feelings. He makes $26 million a year. We have to be delicate with his feelings. I don't care. I want good television. Again, they're making $34 million a year. They can handle it. They'll be fine. Oh, man, I did enjoy the game. It was really awesome. And the truth is, with the NBA All-Star Game, the reason I think the truth behind why they don't televise the picking of the teams, they don't want to damage either LeBron James or Steph Curry's image. But I think the way you solve that, again, is by making it live right before the game. How can you criticize it when it's happening live in front of you? It's just like, how many times did you, growing up, pick a team at recess or whatever it is? You never were mad at anybody. It would never like, oh, your feelings were, I don't think it would reflect poorly on LeBron. I think maybe that's what they're afraid of. It was better. The NBA All-Star Game was definitely better than it was before. I have maybe one last thing. Nobody's talking about this. Victor Oladipo leaves Russell Westbrook and becomes an all-star. Last year, he played with Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City, and all we heard was Russell Westbrook's all alone. Russell Westbrook has no help. Well, they trade Victor Oladipo to the Pacers, and then Victor Oladipo goes from one of Russell Westbrook's teammates to an all-star. And I even asked one of my buddies about this. I said, hey, dude, like, what do you feel? Does this reflect poorly on Russell Westbrook that he works so poorly with people that when they leave him, everybody gets better? My friend goes, well, and ultimately he couldn't come up with an answer. James Harden left Russell Westbrook, MVP candidate. And Kevin Durant left, he's more efficient, won a championship. Victor Oladipo left and he became an all-star. I'm just pointing out a weird trend that reflects poorly on Russell Westbrook. People leave Russell Westbrook and they get better. Traditionally, we've now seen it over and over and over again. There was a couple other funny moments at the All-Star game. There was a moment where Kevin Hart, who did a great job, you don't realize how hard that introduction must have been to go through all that. That's a lot of prep. That's a lot of work. Kevin Hart killed it, and he was trying to introduce Giannis, the Greek freak, and he goes, Giannis, Ansa, you know what? I can't say your last name. And as a broadcaster, I completely understand. I'm never going to try to say Giannis's last name. He plays in Milwaukee. He's called the Greek freak. He's Giannis. I can't say his last name. It starts with an A, and I will never try. Never, ever. I already get enough crap for saying like Tua's last name wrong. I'm not even try with Giannis. Now, the music at the NBA All-Star game all around was awful. I don't want to go too far into it. The national anthem. I saw oh my God, I saw the best video from the national anthem of the NBA All-Star game, and it was everyone reacting to it while they watched it. Jeez, man. And then halftime was like terrible. Halftime was like, what is it was Pharrell with like golden blonde hair dancing with mascots and it like Muppets basically. It was ridiculous. I was like, this is horrendous television. But you know, I gotta say, despite everything, I enjoyed the game. The All-Star game was awesome. It was kind of a celebration of LeBron, is what it really felt like. LeBron he's been very vocal about how the All-Star game isn't very good, and they improved it. It was better. I enjoyed the NBA All-Star game. I'll be honest, I debated even watching the NBA All-Star game. I didn't finish it, and I let alone talking about it. So I debated watching it. I definitely did not think I would talk about it at all, but I thought it was quite interesting, and I thought hopefully I've made it interesting. There's a couple tidbits I got from the All-Star game that I thought were worth talking about. But it's really all about perspective. If you hate what I have to say about the All-Star game, if you just hate the All-Star game in general, next year I won't talk about the NBA All-Star game. But I do think there were some things that were pretty interesting about the NBA All-Star game this season. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about this podcast. Share it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, copy the link, share it on Reddit maybe. I don't understand Reddit. And if you really like this podcast, if you love this podcast as much as I do, remember that you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, and on Google Play. Spotify coming very soon. Thank you so much and have a great day.